Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Dairy Magazine, reporting to you from Stockton today. Dan Putnam, agronomy specialist with the UC Davis, talked about reduced lignin in alfalfa, some genetically modified new varieties that are available for growers to help increase the feed efficiency for dairy cattle. And here's Dan to talk about that.
Okay, over the past 3 to 4 years, there have been some new varieties introduced into the marketplace of alfalfa on reduced, which have reduced lignin types, and this we've been testing at the university level and also in other universities across the country. The concept there is that reduced lignin can result in a higher quality when cut at the same cutting schedule, particularly the higher digestibility of the fiber fraction. So fiber in alfalfa ranges from about 33% up to almost 45, almost 50% of the dry matter of the crop. So, and it often limits intake or limits the fill of the animal. And so having a higher rate of digestion in the alfalfa is something that we think could be helpful. And there are two products on the market now. One is Hi-gest, which is produced through genetic engineering by Forge Genetics, and the other one is Hi-gest, which was produced through traditional plant breeding. We have done some studies over the years, and we found that the Hi-gest trait in the FGI lines do have a higher level of NDF digestibility at the same cutting schedule compared with traditional varieties, and it appears that the Hi-gest line, at least at this point, looks like a selection with higher quality, not quite as different as the Hi-gest lines, at least in our current trials. The remaining questions have to do with the non-dormant varieties that could fit into California's situation, and we're testing those at UC Davis and at UC Kearney Ag Center. We're going to be having field days there periodically. The idea is that you could actually increase yields on these varieties by waiting 5 to 10 days and take a later cutting and still produce high quality dairy quality hay, as if you were cutting it at a shorter cutting schedule. And we're going to be testing that concept over the next couple of years with the non-dormants. But so far the semi-dormant varieties have shown that idea holds together. For the most part, in the studies that we've seen, multi-state studies that have been presented at the Alfalfa Symposium in the last couple of years. So that summarizes the concept pretty succinctly. And the idea there is that it could be both a yield and a quality trait. It's not just a quality trait; it could be a yield trait as well. So, in terms of the price, we've always encouraged growers to look at performance issues, that is yield and quality first, because those are more important economically than the cost of the seed. Some of this GE seed, like Roundup Ready and genetically engineered traits, are going to be more expensive. Growers can control those costs by reducing their seeding rates and also by being more careful with stand establishment. But really, the economic value of performance, that is yield, if you can imagine maybe 1 or 2 ton more yield in a variety, or a higher level of digestibility leading to higher milk production, is more important financially than the cost, typically more important than the cost of the seed.
All right, good to know. Be sure to consider that, and we look forward to the latest research coming out of the UC Cooperative Extension, and we're grateful for all that they do. Read more about it in California Dairy Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.